Welcome back, YouTube. This is some more Deathsmiles on the Type QQ gameplay channel. I don't know why I'm screaming. Why am I screaming? I know why I'm screaming. Here we are. We got a new run here. We're trying with the Rosa character. We thought maybe Casper was a bit too small. Small? What the fuck am I saying? Slow. Yeah, we're picking Rosa because she's bigger. How about that? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Also, we're gonna, as we're changing up the character, changing up the order a little bit here, and figure, hey, let's take out Mary the cow first. She seems to be the sort of Achilles heel of our runs. Yeah, Rosa works pretty well. I want to say, well, she's going to be the permanent sort of go-getter. She's going to be our main. I'm not so sure, however. I'm not completely in love with her damage. We do okay in his first 6 levels, but near the end of in the final level, we fall apart real fucking hard. And some of these enemies that have a little bit of extra HP, they need to go down real quick, and Casper does that in spades. Rosa does not so much, and I think that's going to be a big decider. I mean, Rosa certainly is a lot more nimble, covers a lot of ground with her attacks here. And here we are against Mary, but just doesn't do the sort of damage I would hope. That life bar is going by awfully slow for my liking. Took her out with a bomb. That's fine, I suppose, before things got too ugly. But yeah, if you were watching that at life gauge like I was, not terribly impressed with her damage. But when it comes to like clearing swarms off the screen, she does a really good job of that. Between that sort of arrow type of attack, that really wide arrow attack with the roses her familiar throws. You have quite the wide range of attacks. It's just, maybe I want the best of both worlds. I want a ton of bullets, and I want to have them do a lot of damage. And she's certainly not the character that does both with both worlds, that sort of thing. But she does make these levels pretty damn easy. You don't need a whole lot of movement because you're not giving these sort of little enemies a lot of time to fire back. So it is a very really good for the sort of creeps that kind of just spam out on the screen, that sort of thing. She certainly does solve the issue we were having with Casper with being swarmed by enemies and being a bit too slow to get out of their way. However, I don't know. Maybe we just need to continuing on with Casper and just trying to better our skill and remember where enemies come onto the screen, that sort of thing, and kind of see it coming. Baron Jordan there. And I think this boss fight is kind of a good example where we can clear those rocks like you wouldn't believe, but yeah, damaging the guy is somewhat of a task. And here he is starting with an attack we don't normally see, with other characters, so yeah. And then we move to the port town there. We usually are first level. But, we're switching it up for this character all the same. yeah, and things kind of just kind of keep on keeping on, that sort of thing. You know, I think Rosa as a character, you know, although she's not the most, does the most damage, does well in these earlier levels here. She clears this out pretty well, and doesn't have a whole lot of trouble with the Reaper boss either. So in a way, I'm kind of glad I kind of switched the levels up a little bit with her as well. It would have probably been a little deceiving starting her off here and then just kind of, you know, having just as easy time with this level as I would any character. And then finding out I'm having a lot of difficulty. Not necessarily difficulty, but like, you know, damage handicaps in later levels. You know, she's a hard character to ambush as well because she has such a wide spread of fire. You know, she just changes her axis and it's, you know, ambush over type of thing. She does well, taking down this boss well. That was a good amount of damage. And all the same, almost kind of like what Casper does as well, where she can kind of just stand there and fire upon the boss. Volcano level next. Excuse me. And because she's such a hard character to ambush, you know, she does this level rather well. You know, you don't need a whole lot of damage to clear off these enemies. It's just, you know, a lot of them from different sides. So she does pretty well here. You know, it's really until that sort of final level that things really just kind of really go tits up, you know. It goes wrong real bad, real quick. Dragon boss, of course. Yeah, and you can kind of see how slow the damage is on that. We don't have to necessarily freak out that much. The attacks aren't too wild or anything, and the spread attack does take care of a lot of the boulders and whatnot. You know, an overall easy boss, all the same, but you know, we saw a lot more attack. We saw a lot more stuff than we really had any business seeing. That sort of thing. Excuse me. Still, I'm still plagued with this cold that I've had maybe for like the last couple weeks, and it's just, I would say it's just about done, but it's still with me, just a tiny bit. Other than that, channel news. What's going on with the channel? Not a whole lot still with the channel. We got another I don't know if I spoke about it before, but part 2 of Deep Space Waifu. That game is not just stupid, but just bug to shit. It seems like every hour the game's updating in my Steam library, and even with that video I posted, you know, there's some insanely game-breaking nonsense going on. And as you can see right there, there's a lot of bullets. You know, there's a lot of bullets from those enemies we usually clear rather quickly. I mean, nothing too hard, but like, you know, all the same, it's indicative of the damage we're not really dishing back out to enemies. Alright, and that level is done. You know, we sort of chose this place last because, you know, just in case we took damage in previous levels. We haven't, but, you know, I'm not saying, you know, maybe we should have, you know, that sort of thing, because we are missing a bomb. I don't know if we, you know, taking it, you know, half a damage and then, you know, replenishing it would have bring a bomb back, that sort of thing. But I'm not entirely worried about it too much. And it really, it doesn't prove to be a big thing either way. Clearing off a ton of enemies here. You know, just kind of what the character does. And yeah, this is, and that's really where the weakness is. We put all our bullets into that sort of van to get that sort of health upgrade, and you know, the dog kind of rushes us down and damages us twice, and we don't even get the benefit of even having that health. So that was, you know, a sort of an omen or a sign of things to come. But, you know, after all said and done, we do go to the final level with 2 health, which is better than none. Better than usual, I suppose, but we get to see how quickly things turn to shit. Hades Castle, there we go. And it's in this stage that we really find that, you know, we no longer can really defeat and clear these enemies as fast as we really should be, despite the fact that we're just, you know, filling the screen up with bullets. It's just, it's not enough DPS, really. But at first I would say, you know, it works out just fine, you know. somehow swarm there. That's a bit foolish there. But yeah, those ogres and those other like large eyeball guys, you know, are actually living through our bullets enough to withstand attack. But it looks like we are not long for this world, despite how much health we have. So make sure you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll do this again sometime soon. Thanks a lot, guys.